So I decided to do a book review, just some book reviews about basically the Vampire Academy series thus far that I'm in. And I first heard about these from Elle Fowler, All That Cutters 21, on YouTube, and I just saw her literatures in them, and I decided, you know what, I think I'm going to give these a shot, because I was kind of curious about them. And so I did, and I read the first two, which I looked back at one of her literatures recently, and she said that these two were kind of like, you know, the first two were, what's the word, like, they just, nothing really happens, but it kind of introduces them, and I kind of liked the first two. I really did. I think they both just introduced the characters, and I think, you know, just I mean, the first one, really nothing exciting happens, but it definitely, like, kind of talks about, it describes, like, what everyone is and how they're all these certain types of vampires, and I really liked it, so I really liked that one. And then in Frostbite, again, I mean, nothing too exciting happens. I think, well, actually, I feel like more exciting stuff happens. You know, with, like, Rose being trapped with the, Strigatory, whatever the hell they're called, the demons that are, like, monsters. Those ones, when she's, like, trapped with them, I definitely felt like it was, I mean, kind of heart-wrenching, and there's just so much going on, but I kind of knew that she was going to be saved. I was like, someone has to come save them and her friends, and, like, just how they were, like, just the way the author kind of just described everything that was going on, and, you know, all that, so, which was good. And let's see. And then I read Shadowkissed and Blood Promise on my Nook. And okay, I thought Shadowkissed was, I thought it was awesome. Like, the end, of course, was just a cliffhanger. Like, I didn't know what was going on with Dimitri. I was like, we need to see this. And the fact that I think she chose him was, you know, I would have done the same thing. I mean, even if she was so, because she's so connected, you know, she's bonded to Lisa. It's like, Lissa, whatever. I always say Lisa in my head, but I think it's Lissa. So, but anyway, it's just the fact that her and Lissa are, like, so, they're bonded, you know, and it's just, they're just one. They're, like, you know, they're best friends and all. I felt like it was, I thought it was a really good choice. I was like, you know what, you need to go see what happened, because I would have done the same thing. And just so, I mean, so much excitement happens with that one. And then I basically, right after that, I was like, I had to get Blood Promise. I was like, I have to. I need to know what happens to Dimitri. I need to know, because I'm so worried. I was like, and in Blood Promise, you are like, it tore up my heartstrings. I read this in like 3 days. Like, literally. I finished Shadowkissed on Monday, and then literally, the second I got home, I got Blood Promise, and yeah, basically read it in like almost a week. I finished it yesterday, and oh my god, just, oh, so much happened in Blood Promise. The way, I mean, I thought the beginning was kind of like, I mean, again, Elle said that it was boring, but I thought it was, I mean, it was exciting, because she was in Russia and Siberia and stuff, and I thought that it was really exciting when she, like, ran into the family. I was like, yes, this is, like, her lead, she can, oh my god, and just, like, I thought it was really exciting. And I thought that was, like, probably one of the best parts of that. And then I didn't really, I mean, I knew she had to leave them eventually, because I was like, he's not here, like, where is he? Like, that was and then the whole thing, oh yeah, with Sydney, I was kind of like, ah, oh, like, I was bored too. I agree with Elle. I was like, oh my god, like, really? There's really nothing going on. I'm sure she's like a very interesting person, but once, oh my god, I was so into how she was gonna find Dimitri. I was like, where is he? What is he doing? Like, and I didn't believe that he was a Surgatory. I did not want to believe that. I was like, he's not. There's no way. He's not, because it's freaking Dimitri. Like, I was like, oh my god, it'd be so much better if he was just trapped there. I really hope that he was just trapped and he was just, you know, trying to get out and something. And oh my god, I was just so, I was not ready for him to be a Surgatory. I was like, no. I was like, no. But then, you know, once he came in, I was just like, oh my god, thank god. I was like, yay, and I was so excited. And when him and Rose, I mean, like, I swear to god, they were just like, I mean, he seems still like the same person, but he wasn't, and it was just it was weird. I mean, because it would go from 0 to 60 in like a second, and it was so crazy. And she was just so dazed from the whole, like, endorphins of him biting her on her neck, and I was just like, why? And at the same time, I was like, oh my god, they're together, it's okay. And, maybe she could turn. Like, I really wanted her to turn. I was like, just do it. Whatever. I think it'll work out. Why not? Like, you're in love. But then it was just this whole thing of, oh my god, I think what really got her out of it, and I knew that it was sort of toxic. I was like, there's something wrong. Like, I kept feeling torn. I was like, I don't know. Like, I think she was kind of torn herself, and I feel like I was Rose. I was like, I don't know. And oh my god, I kept thinking about this, and I was just, ugh. And then he was, when she finally breaks free, and I'm giving spoilers, I'm sorry if I'm getting any spoilers and whatever, but when she was, like, trying to break away at the end, when she started crying, okay, when the first time that she started crying, when was it? It was like, oh fuck, it was like towards the end, I think. I forget why. It was like there was some reason that she started crying, and and she was saying how, like, whenever she started crying, like, Dimitri would, like, always just be there, right there, and just, like, comfort her, and he didn't. And that's when I started crying. I was bawling. I was like, but why? And I didn't. And I was cursing Dimitri at this point. I was like, no, I don't like you. I like the old one, because the old one is so much better. And I really do love Rose and Dimitri. I do. I love them. But I just, so much stuff. And it's just, oh my god, so much emotions. Just, I was, like, in and out of bawling during this whole book, but especially when she was, like, running away, and she'd, like, gotten the steak and stuff, and she was, like, that whole bridge scene, if you guys have read Blood Promise, I bawled my eyes out. And also, like, to backtrack, when she was talking about, like, how she was, like, her mother was there and stuff, and it was just like, I was just bawling the whole time. I really bawled during that bridge scene, though. I was so, just it was the adrenaline, the whole thing, and how he was like, oh my god, I should have said that I loved you, and all this, and then she finally gets, back to the academy. I'm kind of all over the place with this. Okay. And then when she gets back to the academy, I was not ready. Like, I was like, I was not ready for, like, Dimitri to still be alive, and to send her that steak and the note, and I was like, huh? I was like, no. But then I was like, well, and how, like, when he was holding the ring, and one of, like, the charmed one that she found from, who was it? Oh my god, I'm gonna say her name wrong, and I forgot it. It was, like, from Markinum. Okitsuna? I forget her name. But just when he was holding it, like, and he was talking about his family, and it was almost like the darkness was, like, away, but he was still a Secretary. I don't know. I have no idea. I was just, I was like, well, maybe, and then the whole thing about, how she could save him, and I was like, oh my god, what if she could? Like, that's someone I'm hoping for in Spiritbound, is that she could save him, and, like, bring him back to normal, and he could be the old Dimitri again, and it'll be like, thank god. That's what I want. That's what I hope happens. I just started with that, but I'm also reading now Elle Fowler's new book, Beneath the Glitter, and I started, and it's really, really good. And I'm on chapter 2 right now. Yeah, chapter 2. And it's really, really good so far, but I'm also trying to take a break from the Vampire Academy series, because after Blood Promise, like, the whole thing was just a whirlwind of emotions for me, and I need to take a break. But then, of course, I get Spiritbound today, and now I'm like, just started it, and, like, but I'm also relaxed. I'm like, okay, it's alright. It's like a drug. It's really bad. Like, the Vampire Academy series, I'm kind of also reading that, but I think I'm just gonna continue Beneath the Glitter, because it's happy. It's not anything. I can kind of get my mind off, what's happening with, oh my god, I feel like they're, like, real people. I'm, like, worrying about Dimitri, and I'm worried about Rose, and this whole thing, so I'm trying to, like, this is awful. Like, I was telling Tosh and Bailey that I was literally just, like, crying, finishing Blood Promise yesterday. Oh my god, because I read it all day yesterday. Like, I was reading it on the train, like, I was going to school and I was reading it, and oh my god. If you have any more books that you would like to recommend, leave them below, leave comments. And if you like these, you know, put a thumbs them up, because I really like to know. I want to start doing these on this channel maybe like once a month or something. We could do a book club. I was telling Josh and Bailey we do a book club. Book club! So I'm thinking about calling it like Books with Amy, and then you know, maybe like the name of the books that I'm reading or whatever. But I decided to do Vampire Academy because I feel like it's just, oh my god, even though it's like teen paranormal romance kind of thing, I feel like it's a lot better than the Twilight series. Tons better. And even House of Night, I didn't like House of Night. I really did. I read the first two and I was just kind of like annoyed. I was like, okay. Like it was good, but it wasn't, I feel like it didn't really go anywhere, you know? But anyways, so yeah, that's that. And yeah, I hope you guys like this. And yeah, leave comments and all the good stuff. Okay, bye.